Welcome back to the Dark Files, where we unearth the darkest, most chilling mysteries from history. Today, we dive deep into a case that has haunted Los Angeles for over 7 decades, a murder so brutal, so shocking, that it became one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in American history. This is the story of the Black Dahlia. It was a cold January morning in 1947. A young mother named Betty Bersinger was walking with her 3-year-old daughter along Norton Avenue in the quiet neighborhood of Leimert Park, Los Angeles. As she passed an empty lot, something unusual caught her eye. At first, she thought it was a broken store mannequin lying on the grass, but as she drew closer, her blood ran cold. What lay before her was not a mannequin, but the lifeless, mutilated body of a young woman, bisected at the waist. Her face had been carved with a ghastly smile, slashed from ear to ear. Her naked body was posed grotesquely, her arms raised above her head, legs spread apart, as if in a twisted display. The scene was eerily clean, devoid of blood, as if the killer had carefully arranged her body for discovery. The woman would soon be identified as 22-year-old Elizabeth Short, an aspiring actress from Massachusetts. But the world would come to know her by another name, the Black Dahlia. Before her tragic death, Elizabeth Short had come to Los Angeles with dreams of making it big in Hollywood. With her striking looks and raven black hair, she had a magnetic presence that captured attention wherever she went. But behind the glamour was a young woman struggling to find her place in the world. Elizabeth was known for her mysterious air, often wearing black dresses that earned her the nickname, the Black Dahlia, among her acquaintances. She moved from place to place, rarely settling, and was often seen with different men. Some described her as outgoing and friendly, while others saw her as elusive and distant. But what everyone could agree on was that Elizabeth was chasing a dream that would end in the most nightmarish way possible. The murder of Elizabeth Short sent shockwaves through Los Angeles. The brutality of the crime captivated the nation, and the media descended on the case, sensationalizing every detail. The LAPD launched one of the largest manhunts in its history, interviewing hundreds of suspects and sifting through mountains of evidence. Yet despite their efforts, the killer remained a phantom. Over time, the case became a feeding ground for wild theories. Some speculated that Elizabeth was involved with dangerous men, while others believed she had fallen victim to a sadistic killer preying on young women in Hollywood. Dozens of men came forward, claiming responsibility for the murder, but none could provide conclusive proof. One of the most notorious suspects was Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy and influential doctor with connections to the city's elite. His own son, Steve Hodel, a retired LAPD detective, would later claim that his father had committed the Black Dahlia murder, presenting evidence that linked Dr. Hodel to the crime scene. But despite these revelations, the case remains officially unsolved. The murder of Elizabeth Short was more than just a tragic end to a young woman's life. It became a symbol of the dark side of Hollywood. Her gruesome death mirrored the broken dreams of countless starlets who came to Los Angeles seeking fame, but found themselves swallowed by the city's sinister underbelly. The Black Dahlia's killer was never brought to justice, and the case remains one of the most baffling cold cases in history. Over the years, countless books, films, and documentaries have tried to unravel the mystery of who killed Elizabeth Short and why. But the truth, much like the victim herself, remains elusive, forever shrouded in darkness. The Black Dahlia murder is not just a tale of a brutal crime. It's a haunting reminder of how fragile life can be and how evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. Here in the Dark Files, we uncover these stories, not just to tell them, but to remember those who fell victim to the darkness. The case of Elizabeth Short may never be solved, but her memory endures. As we close this file, we are left with the chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be fully understood, and that the shadows of the past often linger far longer than we realize.